At the end chapter 1124, another silhouette figure appeared. Lately, we'll be seeing more and more of these shadowy characters. Many readers seem to think that this character introduced in this chapter might be man with the burn skull. So I'd like to talk about the man with the burn skull. But when you read the original version of One Piece, there's something a bit off about the word Hino that Kid mentioned. Did you notice it? This could potentially be a clue to the identity of the man with the burn skull. There are many possibilities as well, so I plan to cover them all in this video. Hi, and welcome to this secret channel. I'm Lunapienart, a Japanese translator who runs a channel called Dusk. With my experience in translating manga, I use this channel to share how Japanese version of One Piece comes across to the world. Due to certain reasons, I can only discuss the latest chapters after Monday, but I'm really grateful to everyone who watches my channel despite that. I'm always surprised and impressed by the interesting opinions in the comments on this channel and Dusk channel. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of DJ will get the comments dancing on this video too. To put it bluntly, I believe the mysterious figure waiting in the Elbaf is likely the old friend Shanks mentioned. In chapter 1076, it was revealed that Shanks is friends with Dory and Brogy, who are in Little Garden. At that time, Shanks said, 互いに死んだと思った旧友に会ったんだ. We each met an old friend who we thought was dead. From a Japanese native speaker's perspective, this phrase can be interpreted in two ways. One interpretation is that Shanks thought Dory and Brogy were dead, while Dory and Brogy thought Shanks was dead. However, since the giants were aware that Dory and Brogy were dueling in Little Garden, it's unlikely that Shanks believed they were dead. Conversely, considering that Dory and Brogy began their duel 102 years ago in Little Garden, it's also unlikely that they thought Shanks was dead. The other interpretation is that Shanks and Dory and Brogy thought a mutual friend was dead. This raises the possibility that old friend Shanks referred to is the silhouette figure. In fact, the title of this chapter is Shin-yu, which means best friends. While this title likely refers to Vegapunk from Borsalino's perspective, having Shanks' Kyu, which means old friend, appear at the end of the chapter would be a clever twist. Now I'd like to analyze who this person might be, but the possibilities are endless. Recently, Oda-sensei has been bringing back many characters who appeared in the past. I suspect the figure might also be someone we've seen before. So who could this person be? I received this comment from one of my Patreon members. Is the silhouette man in the final scene the same person who was drinking with Crocus? There's definitely a possibility given the similarities like the thin arm, the drinking habit, and the hat-like item he's wearing. However, very little has been mentioned about this character in the story. The only clues we have are the relationship with Crocus and the hat that appeared in Wano. By the way, this hat also faintly appeared in a scene where Frankie was talking to Minatomo. It's clearly the same model as the one worn by the person who was talking to Crocus, and there's something like a wig of the same color extending from under it. This suggests that the person might not actually be blonde, but rather someone wearing a hat with a wig attached, much like Kyoshiro. Given this, there are various possibilities to consider regarding this character. The first thought that comes to mind is that he might be the man with the burn scar. Kid was the first to mention this name. Let's take a look at the scene. What stands out here is the Japanese expression. The first kanji means fire, and the second kanji means scar. However, the issue lies in the middle part of the phrase. If this word were literally referring to a man with the burn scar, it would be natural to write the no in hiragana. But here, it's written in katakana, which suggests that hinokizu might not literally mean a man with the burn scar, but rather could be a proper noun. If that's the case, one possibility is that hinokizu refers to the name of an organization. In other words, a man belonging to a group called hinokizu might possess a road poneglyph. According to Luffy, that man sails on a pitch black ship and he creates whirlpools. To safely navigate the Grand Line, you typically need a crew with a specialized knowledge such as cook, shipwright, navigator, and helmsman. It's hard to imagine that this man is sailing the black ship all by himself, so it's worth considering the possibility that an entire organization called Hinokizu is protecting the poneglyph. When considering this, two possibilities come to mind. The first is that Hinokizu could be an organization formed by the survivor of the Ohara scholars. Since Soul managed to escape from Ohara, it's possible he helped some of the other scholars survive as well. Naming themselves Hinokizu would make sense, as they were literally a group that survived the flame of the Buster Call. And Dory mentioned like this: Vegapunk is the man that scholar talked about. That scholar could be Soul, or perhaps one of the Ohara researchers he saved. Additionally, I've discussed in this video the possibility that Shanks spent some years in Ohara in the West Blue. If that were the case, it would make sense that Ohara researchers are the old friend of Shanks. The second possibility is that Hinokizu is simply a mysterious organization made up of the remnants of Roger's Pirates crew. The whereabouts of Roger Pirates crew members are still largely unknown. However, since Rayleigh and Crocus are alive, it's reasonable to assume that some of them have survived. If a few of them formed a secret organization called Hinokizu to protect the road poneglyph and ensure it reaches the right person, it would fit the narrative. In this case, Shanks' visit to Elbaf might have been to meet with an old comrade and obtain the poneglyph. Moreover, given that the Roger Pirates were acquainted with Neptune, it's also possible that they entrusted the final road poneglyph to them. And they might have even modified the Oro Jackson into a pitch black ship to conceal their identities. Like this, there are many potential scenarios if an organization called Hinokizu indeed exists. If we simply consider the possibility that Hinokizu no Otoko refers a man with a little burn scar, there are various theories. Many of them have been discussed elsewhere, so I'd love to hear your opinions. When I think of someone with a burn scar on his face, one person comes to mind. In the first volume, there's a pirate depicted with a red scar. He is also holding an axe, and since many warriors in Elbaf tend to wield axes, it's possible that this character could appear in Elbaf as the man with the burn scar. Recently, characters from the East Blue saga like Buggy, Shanks, Kobe, Dragon, and Whoopslap have been in the spotlight. Additionally, characters like Gin, Creep, and Gaimon have made appearance after a long time. Given this trend, it's entirely possible that the character from the early East Blue arc could re-emerge as an important figure. Let's focus on the long-bearded man among these pirates. He somehow reminds me of the zombie soldier clad in the gold armor from Thriller Bark. There's a strong possibility that this zombie soldier and the man from the Rocks Pirates are the same person. They even share a similar face. It's possible that Oda Sensei used this early pirate design as a model for a Rocks Pirates member. So in the same way, this man could be reused as the man with the burned skull. Given that this character wields an axe, two individuals come to mind. The first is Copper Gavin. He was a pirate who fought with an axe. While his hair color is completely different, as I mentioned earlier, considering the hat and wig set found at Minatomo's place, it's possible that this character could be wearing a blonde wig. The second possibility is Silver Axe from Rocks Pirates. Silver Axe, in Japanese Gimbu, is a nickname of the pirate who was part of the Rocks Pirates, but we don't know much about him. Among the mysterious members of the Rocks Pirates were Ochoku and Gimbu. It was revealed that Ochoku was a former boss of Hachinosu. Since we have almost no information on Silver Axe Gimbu, there's a strong possibility that he could make an appearance here as the man with the burned skull. So far, we've considered the possible identity of this secret figure. Of course, it's also possible that he isn't the man with the burned skull at all and an entirely different character. I believe we'll see his appearance in the not too distant future, so let's wait together. And I've shared the translations and my analysis of the chapter 1124 with members on my Patreon page. Some articles are available for free, so if you are interested in Japanese translations and information available in Japan, please check it out. I'd love to feature your interesting thoughts in future videos, so if you have any observations or questions, please leave them in comments. See you next time!